Of an American model, influencer, and activist. I want to talk really fast to try to get this all in. You ready? You're probably wondering, why am I coming here from the USA? Well, I'll tell you what, that's how far your story's gone. It's gone around the world. And there's an unfortunate truth, which is that this is completely avoidable. Now, we haven't eviscerated you online yet, and the reason why is because I offered to come and address this council. I believe that local civil servants rarely take up this job with malice, but rather with the desire to better their community and maybe make a little bit of a memory that there's someone good on this planet. Now, I know you're faced with the impossible task of housing people in one of the worst housing crises this nation's modern history. However, the way that you're going about it is causing such distress that it's creating more issues than it's solving. And, you know, I've been speaking to a lot of the tenants in this situation. For instance, we have Jules, who had to extend their interruption from uni and might not be able to continue their education altogether because she has to spend this time fighting to have a roof over her head. We have another person, they almost had a miscarriage, had to go to the hospital after they read the email because of the stress that it induced, and they are still threatening to evict her with a new baby on the way. You have Jay, who went into a deep depression, they lost her business and their livelihood. You have people who went back on their antidepressants after 4 years, and every single person, I talked to very few people who didn't express depression, anxiety, suicidal ideation, to the extent that you even have one person who actively tried to commit suicide because they did not see a path for them going forward. I was homeless for 6 years. I understand what it's like to be unhoused. I would never, in a million years, ever want to be housed in the reward of having another person be unhoused in my name. It would cause me distress, it would cause me anxiety, and I would feel so guilty. And this story is going to be so big, every one of your residents put in this place will understand that they are there because someone else is not, and that other someone is suffering. And that creates a lot of stress. Now, one wouldn't believe it, but fixing things means changing them, and change is a creative process, meaning your job is a creative job, and I'm begging you to take pride in that. Do not do the old things that you've always had to do, because in this particular case, it won't work. This is a chance for you to look at your constituents and yourself in the eye and say, truly, I'm not going to fail you. Because most of these people that will be unhoused by this issue will likely have to move to a place outside of Lambeth, uprooting their lives and making them no longer your constituents. And essentially it means you're not serving your community, but rather banishing them. You are literally throwing your voters away to replace them. What could be a greater failure to your constituents than to make them not exist anymore? I know that there are several solutions on the table that can house the people you're seeking to house while protecting other vulnerable housed people from becoming part of that, part of the unhoused themselves. I want you to get creative. And on that note, I'm going to wrap up by saying, why did you get into politics? Was it to be remembered as a creator of trauma, as someone's worst childhood memory, as the reason they finally fell and couldn't get back up? Or did you get into this profession because you wanted to be remembered as an ingenuous, fair, innovative person who provided protection when someone needed it most? You are your own legacy, and you have the ability to be creative about this problem.